Okay, so today's lab is about the join. Okay, the join. So looking back into the term used joins, it allow us to display data from multiple tables. Okay, previously we are using single table. We query based on one table, and then with the facility of joins, okay, you are able to request or to query from multiple tables. Okay, so we are using the right select statement as usual, but with the join terms. Okay, we want to view data that doesn't meet a join condition by using the outer join. So we in the join itself we have several types. We have inner join, we have outer join, okay, and we have cross join, and so on, okay. But the function of joins itself is for us to display data from multiple tables. So we want to obtain data from the multiple tables. We use the join. Okay, so for example, it's like this. We have for example, two tables, employees and department. Okay, this one we have the employees and department. Okay, so this is a table employees, the one table. Okay, second one is the table department. So we want to take the information, okay, from some information from coming from the table employees, and the other information coming from the other table, that is a table department. So for example, we want to obtain the employee ID, okay, department ID, and also department name. Okay, so we use the join to actually obtain the department name, but we want the base of the table is a employees table, but in the employees table we do not have a department name. So what we have is we have only a department ID as a foreign key. So to display the department name, then we have no other choice by using the join. Okay, so we can obtain the department name of the department instead of the department ID. Okay, so we can obtain this kind of output by using the join function. Okay, so the reason is like this. Sometimes you need to use the data from one table. Okay, we want to display the data from two separate tables. For example, employee IDs exist in the employees table. Department ID also exists in both the employees and departments table. So location ID exists only in the department table. So to produce the report, you need to link, okay, beforehand the employees and department table, and can finally access the data from the both table. Okay, so this is another importance of having a foreign key. You link externally the table, okay, the data in the table, by using the foreign key, and when you want to access the data, we can use the join. Okay, because we need the foreign key. Okay, like this, we need the foreign key. Employee ID, we have this is a primary key for the employees, so this is the primary key for the departments, and the function of the foreign key here is actually to enable even though we use the join, we still need the foreign key, because without the foreign key of department ID, they cannot connect together. Even though we connect the two tables, but also the function of foreign key plays an important role here. Okay, without the foreign key, they cannot actually access the department name because they need to match, okay, match the information from this table to the another table. Maksudnya dia kena match ni department ID here, foreign key, and also here. Kalau ni tak ada, so it doesn't work. Okay, even if we are using the join. Yeah. Yes. That's why we need to declare this one, the foreign key in the other table. Sebab dia nak match kan. Walaupun guna join is an instruction to couple the table. But when they do the searching, they still refer, is there any key match? Kalau dia tak match, dia tak jumpa juga. Tak boleh juga. Maksudnya nanti dia akan hanya paparkan semua macam tu sajalah. Paparkan sahaja tanpa spesifik condition yang kita nak. Yeah? Okay. So, alright. This is more on the definition. A relational database consists of multiple related tables linking together using columns which are known as a foreign key columns. Because of this, data in each table is incomplete from the business perspective. So to get complete orders information, you need to query data from multiple tables. Okay. Actually, without the join, you can still use you can still access the data from single table using a single query. Okay, and this is done by using a nested query. Maksudnya you access one table at one time. Tak ada gabungan, no join, with no join. Still you can do it, but the query will become complicated and nested. Maksudnya kena buat banyak layer lah nak kena buat tu. Jadi join ni memudahkan dan meringkaskan lah bila mana kita nak gunakan lebih daripada satu table, kerana data berada di dua ataupun lebih table tersebut. Okay, so there comes a join, that is a method of linking data between one or more tables based on values of the common column. Okay, using the join, this is self-join, means that you can self-join sebab konsep dia join ni minimum 2. Okay, minimum you join A and join ni what we understood is join table A and join table B. Actually, we can also self-join A and A. Boleh juga. Okay. Tapi ini jaranglah digunakan kan. Biasanya kita akan gunakan dua ni lebih jelas lah. We are joining two different tables. Okay. MySQL supports the following types of join. We have inner join, left join, right join, and also cross join. To join the tables, use this type of a join clause for the corresponding type of join. It depends on what purpose, what type of query we want. Okay, so the join clause is used in the select statement appeared after the from clause. Okay, but unfortunately, MySQL does not support the full outer join yet. Okay, we can try in another DBMS like Oracle. Okay, but we can see another example of the join. Only full outer join is not supported by the MySQL. So why should we use joins? Okay, we use join when we can do the same task running queries. Okay, we can run queries one by one, but it requires more time. As I explained previously, running the multiple queries, okay, without using the joins will require more time and it becomes complicated. Sometimes it will be misleading. So the joins, okay, you can get the work done by using only one query. Okay, it's easier and can achieve a better performance. Okay, simply use of single joins query instead of running multiple queries do reduce server overhead. Ni dari segi complexity lah, time complexity. Maksudnya begini, kalau kita tak guna join, boleh juga, tapi kita kena run banyak query sehingga dapat display ataupun output yang kita, laporan yang kita mahukan. Okay, tak ada masalah. Cuma dari segi masa dan juga complexity. Dan kadang-kadang boleh jadi juga kesilapan. Okay, so this is the easier way to understand the join. Okay, we illustrate the join function by using a Venn diagram. Okay, looking at this, inner join, okay, takes the yang bertindih ni. Okay, so it selects all records from table A and table B where the join condition is met. Okay, so this is what is happening, what will be produced when you use the inner join. Okay, so on the other hand, left and right join, okay, it takes whether the left part of A table, the first table, or the right part of the second table. So it selects all records from table A along with records from table B for which the join condition is met, whether it is left or right. Okay. And finally, for the full join, it takes all. Ni macam apa ni? Union kan? This one is intersection and this one is union. So it takes all. Okay. So this is the four main types of join. We have inner, okay, takes the intersection between the first table and second table. Then we have a full join, takes everything from the both table. And then we have also the other two, left and right join. Okay, so this is the illustration of the four types of joins. Okay. Right. So I summarize the joins in this table. Okay. Previously we have four types: inner, outer, left, right joins. Also we have the natural join, cross joins. Okay, and as a addition from the four types of joints. Okay, so let us see about the description. The first one is a natural join. So the natural join clause is based on all columns in the two tables that have the same name and same data type. Same name and same data type. So it looks like this is like a natural join. Okay, it selects rows from the tables that have equal values in all match column. If not, then the error is returned. Match column. So this is the practice. Okay, you can activate your XAMPP PHP by admin. Okay, so select department ID. Okay, from table. Yeah, this is the two tables, departments, and tables location. So this is department and this is table location. So what column they want to request? They want to produce. Okay, the first one They want only the department ID, department name, location ID, and city. Only these 4 column they want. Okay. Right. So the matching columns will be location ID. So location ID appear in both department and also location. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so we check in the departments. Okay, departments. Yeah, we have. Can you see in the table department? They have a foreign key location ID. Location ID. Okay, here, this one. And in the table location, they do not have department ID. Okay, but they have a primary key location ID. So the matching column will be a location ID. Location ID. Okay, so look again here. We select department ID, department name. So these two is actually from departments. These three, tiga ni ada dalam table departments. And from the location, we have location ID and also city. City. Okay. So this will be the output. Okay. Only matching column location ID if there is an information match location ID in departments and location ID from locations match, and then they can produce, they can give this output. If not, then they will not be displayed lah dekat sikit ni. Okay. So this is di mana department? Sepatutnya masih boleh. Tapi kadang dia read tu dari sebelah kiri tau. Dari first table pergi second table. Tapi boleh cuba. You nak terbalikkan dia kan. You can try. Di mana? Ulang balik HR main department. Patutnya boleh. Cuma tujuannya sekarang ni lebih kepada base dia adalah table department. Tapi dalam table department dia tak boleh nak appearkan city. Location city. Betul? Sebab location city ni hanya ada di table location. Jadi sekarang seolah-olah laporan ni dia nak tunjuk department name dengan di mana keberadaan dia, city dia lah. Okey, tapi dalam table department tak ada city. Jadi sebab tu dia base dia maklumat yang lebih banyak berada di table department sebab dia nak ambil department ID, department name. Tinggal lagi dia tak ada city. Jadi sebab tu dia disusun first table adalah department instead of location. Sebab kadang dia punya structure, dia punya execution step starts from the first yang kiri. First table. Then go to the second table. Dia punya rule begitu. So kalau you nak ubah, kadang kena tengok juga dia punya base tu berada di mana banyaknya. Table 1 ni sangat penting lah sebab dia kadang itu yang table main table dia. Baru pergi cari apa lagi maklumat tak ada. Baru pergi kepada kita joinkan kepada table yang kedua. But you can play around to see the changes. What if you switch between the second table to the first table? Dia punya placement lah. Okay. Right. So this is a join, natural join. Mana tadi? Okay. So another example. Okay. This one they extend the query by including the where. Okay, they only want the department ID in between the range 20 to 50 only. Okay, so it means that join if using the join, you can also use another class where condition. All of this you can ascending, descending, and the order by, having, and so on. You can always use that. Okay, as similar as the other function of clause. Okay, so only this one marketing 20 50 marketing and shipping, so they can show the city of these two departments, the location of these two departments. Okay, so you can now understand the natural join. Okay, it's based on all columns in the two table that have the same name. Okay, the other one we have the cross join. So the cross join is the simplest form of joins which matches each row from one database table to all rows of another. Okay, so it produces a result set which is the number of rows in the first table multiplied by the number of rows in the second table. Okay, so the cross join I used to return every combination of rows from two tables. Okay, it's like a Cartesian product. Ni silap ni. Cartesian product. Okay. So it gives us the multiplication lah. Because it multiply the first rows, the rows, all rows from the first to the second table. Okay. So example like this. Select everything from employees, cross join the departments. Okay. Select all from employees. So it multiplies. So it gives us a lot, the combination. Okay. This one coming from employees and departments. So departments and also the employees. Okay. Departments and also employees. Okay. Okay, so from employees, we have several columns, okay, and then they cross join with the departments. Okay, department ID. Look at this. Okay, department ID, department name, manager ID, location ID. Okay. Number of rows in the first table is multiplied by the number of rows in the second table. So it's like we have, for example, if we have 4 rows here, then this one is 2 rows, dia akan multiply yang inilah, row dengan row. Setiap multiply tu maksudnya dia akan combine lah. combine-kan gabungan ni dengan ni. So dia akan dapat dia punya jumlah keseluruhan dia. So next is a select cross join jobs. This is using other table. Jobs pula. Employees, departments dengan jobs. Jobs. Sorry. Employees with jobs. Okay. So employees. Okay. Department ID. They take the department ID, department name, manager ID, location ID, job title. Okay. Job ID, job title, min max salary. Okay. Department ID. Department ID, department name. Sorry, this not employees. Patut tak ada. Mana tadi? Sini. Ya, see? Department ID. Okay. Department name. Manager ID. Location ID. So it takes everything, all column from the first table. First table is departments. And then they cross join to the second table. Also have 4 columns. Okay. So it returns 513 rows. Okay. When they are doing the cross join. Okay. So they multiply the first rows from the first table to the second table. So the number is growing lah sebab dia buat multiplication. Multiplication dekat sini adalah gabungan. Gabungan. Okay. Another example. Okay. From the location and also regions. Location and regions. Here, location and also regions. Okay, regions we only have 2. Okay, so okay, it returns 92 total rows. When they are doing the cross join between the location and also regions. We didn't previously we didn't check how many rows, but you can just check the rows exist in the both two regions and also location. Regions, select all from location. We have 23. Like here, 23 from location and regions. We have only 4. Okay. So we multiply 23 multiplied by 4, we obtain 92. Okay. 92. 92 combination from first and second table. Okay. Okay, so that is for the cross joins. Okay, so the later example Location we have 23 and regions we have 4. So altogether we get 22 combination. 32 sorry 92 new combination, okay, from this joint. Okay, so that is from the for the cross joint. Okay, next is a inner joint. Inner joint. So remember, inner joint takes the intersection between the first and also the second table. First and second table. So the inner joint is used to return the rows from both tables that satisfy the given condition. It takes only the intersection. Okay. So in SQL 1999, the joint of two tables returning only matched rows is called an inner joint. Okay, inner joint. So the rest, this is a definition for left and also outer, full outer joint. So a joint between two tables that returns the result of the inner joint as well as the unmatched rows from the left or right tables is called a left or right outer joint. Ini definisi untuk left ataupun right. Maksudnya apa ni? This one. Yang disebut ni adalah dia akan ambil nilai yang match. Yang match dan juga yang baki yang tak match ni. Tapi tengok sebelah kiri ke sebelah kanan. Tu menunjukkan sama ada left ataupun right. Ini adalah definition untuk yang ini. Okay. And the other one, a joint between two tables that returns the result of an inner joint as well as the result of a left and right joint is a full outer joint. Ini dah tentulah. Okay, table. First table, second table. A joint between two tables that returns the result of inner joint. Ambil ni. Ni yang intersect kan. And tapi dia ambil juga nilai yang baki ni. Jadi betul lah. Ini adalah full outer joint. Full outer joint. Okay. Let's check this one. Show the query. Okay. Now, we want only to select last name, department ID from employees E, departments D. So, E and D is used as a pointer, okay, to hold the which table is it. Okay, so E for the first table employees and D for the second table employees. So, we want now, please select last name. Please take out last name and also department name from employees, table employees and departments where department ID from the first table match with the department ID from the second table. Okay, looking at this, it means that both table contains a department ID. So, it is a location, not location, employees and also they have the department ID in employees and in the department, of course, they have a department ID here. Okay, as a primary key. So, it gives us actually the inner part of these two tables where it's matched. Select last name, department name from employees. E, departments D. Ni last name datang daripada mana? So, last name coming from the last name coming from the employees. Department name coming from the department. Then, they are matched together using the department ID. Department ID. Yang kali ni kita tak tunjukkan department ID kan. Yang last time yang ni kita nampak ada department ID. Dia ambil display the department ID, but this one no. They just take out the last name and also department name only. But then the department ID is used as a connector, okay, to get a match from these two. Okay. Next example is select last name, job title from employees and jobs, okay, where the item matching is job ID must be matched with these two. Okay, the same concept is applied. Okay, so this one, please take out only, please display only the last name and job title, okay, where these two items, okay, coming from two tables, employees and jobs, where the job ID from both is matched. Okay, so it gives us this last name and also job title. Okay, yeah. Oh, untuk itu sebagai pointer. Untuk pegang value nak mudahkan lah. Kalau tak, kita kena tulis panjang. Maksudnya, kalau tak, awak kena tulis kat sini employees. Sini kena tulis employees penuh. Macam tu. Dia macam pointer lah konsep dia. Jadi senang. Kan? Tinggal. Ini ringkas. Ini cuma 3 baris. Kalau query ni expanded, lagi banyak kan nak ingat. Jadi ni pointer ni digunakan untuk bantu memudahkan kita punya query. Boleh je tak nak guna E dengan J tu, tapi kena type penuh lah. Employees and jobs. Okay. Okay, that is for the inner join. Okay. Now we go to the outer join. Outer. So an outer join returns all rows that satisfy the join condition and returns some or all of those rows from one table for which no rows from the other table satisfy the join condition. Join condition. Ni lah. Ni maksudnya. Yang ni. Okay. Ada 1. Ada 2. Okay. This is table 1. This is table 2. Tengok ni. An outer join returns all rows that satisfy the join condition. Satisfy the join condition. Satisfy means what? Dia ni. Satisfy ni yang tengah ni. Okay. And also return some or all of those rows from one table for which no rows from other tables satisfy. Maksudnya baki dia lah. Tengok dulu. Kalau dia left, kita akan ambil yang ini. Okay. But kalau dia right, kita kena ambil yang sebelah lagi. Daripada sini sampai sini. You boleh bayangkan kan? Maksud ayat ni. Yang satisfy the join condition, bahagian yang intersect ni. Yang ini. Tapi pada waktu yang sama, dia juga akan paparkan bahagian yang tidak memenuhi condition tersebut. Tapi bergantung dia nak yang left ke yang right. Kalau left, ambil yang ni lah. Yang bahagian ni keseluruhan. Sebenarnya dia macam ambil balik lah table 1 tu keseluruhannya. Okay. Dan juga kalau dia nak yang right, dia akan ambil keseluruhan daripada table 2. Okay. Right. Ni diberi example. In this example, it retrieves all rows in the employees table, which is the left table, even if there is no match in the department table. Okay. Untuk yang ini, maksudnya dia akan ambil yang matching ni, matching bahagian yang ni adalah yang intersect. Okay. Yang intersect di sini. Okey, bahagian yang ini dia akan ambil yang intersect. Kemudian oleh kerana dia guna left, dia minta yang left, maka akan gabung keseluruhan yang ini. So ini keseluruhan yang dia akan ambil. Arahannya begitu. Kita tengok output dia. Okay. So select. Select E. E is employees. Select last name from employees. Select department ID from employees. And also please select department name from table department D. Okay. On E department ID must be matched with the department ID from table department. Ini lain sikit. Okay. Select. Okay. Sila ambil last name. Sila paparkan last name. Department ID. Dua-dua ni daripada table employees. Okay. And then dan juga paparkan department name. Okay, daripada table department, dia nak left outer join. Okay. On ni macam where lah. Where department ID from employee match with the department ID from table department. Okay, so from here you can see that the base table will be from the employees because this is the first table, employees. Okay, so it means that we select everything last time, every rows exists in the employees last name, semua tu kita paparkan last name, department ID, department ID dia sama ada yang match ataupun yang berada di sebelah kiri. Kiri maksudnya inilah, ni table sebelah kiri. This is a table, the first table. Employees this is the first table and department is the second table. Maksudnya base dia memang di table employees. Lagi pula dia nak left. Left jadi berat ke employees. Okay, sebelah kiri. Okay, so this is the output. Okay, it returns 107 in total. Okay, last name, department ID and department name. Okay. Department. Okay. Harap boleh bayangkan dan boleh dapat fahamlah tentang yang outer join ni. Mengapa, bila mana nak left, nak right, itu bergantung kepada apa yang reporting nak. Laporan tu nak macam mana. Okay, jadi ini adalah types, several types that has been provided by the MySQL itself. But the way we select is depending on what the report is required. Okay. Alright. This query retrieves all rows in the departments table, yeah, which is the right table, even if there is no match in the employees table. Okay, looking at this, select last name, department ID, okay, from employees, right outer join departments on department ID must be equal with the department ID from table department. Okay, dia yang ni samalah macam ni tapi dia nak yang sebelah kanan pula lah, right outer join. Okay. Tadi tengok ni ya. Last name, department ID sama tapi dia punya result nanti akan jadi berbeza lah. Okay. Dia akan mula dengan king. Macam this is the right one, right outer. So dia akan jadi berbeza. Okay. Sebab dia akan baca yang ke sebelah kiri pula. Yang ini. Okay. So this is employee. This is department. Okay. But the value they takes is in this part. Okay. This part. That's why it returns the different values. Different values. Tadi mula dengan king kan? Yang ni mula dengan violin pula. Okay. Right. So this is a right outer. Right outer. Right and left outer. Okay, now we go to the left join and also right join. So the left join returns all rows from the table on the left, even if no matching rows have been found in the table on the right. So when no matches have been found, then null is written. Okay, select like this. Sama juga, the same. Employee and also department. Okay, from employees, left join departments D. Okay, on where it must be matched. These two items, department ID from both table. Almost similar with this one. Okay, with the yang ini left outer join ni. Resultnya hampir sama. Sebab kadang tak perlu nak sebut pun sebab left outer, right outer dia pun samalah, memang pergi out lah sebelah luar kan, bukan pergi dalam je. Cuma inner join saja yang ada di paling tengah, iaitu di intersection lah yang bertindih. Okay, this one for the right join. See, it's the same. Cuma dekat sini null, ada boleh dibenarkan null lah. Okay. See? Kalau kombinasi ni tak ada tapi value ada, dia akan masukkan null. Null. Ya, department name ada wujud. Tapi department ID dia tak ada. Last name pun tak ada. Jadi dia masukkan value null. Inilah beza dia. Kalau yang outer tadi, dia tak akan. Kalau tak ada value ni, tapi department name ada, dia akan berhenti dekat sini lah. Dekat jets ni. Yang null-null ni dia tak masukkan sekali. Maksudnya, searching untuk yang outer saja, untuk left right ni saja lebih luas. Okay, lebih luas. Okay. I repeat, untuk for the outer, left outer, right outer, they doesn't include the null value. But for the left join and right join, they do include the null value. Where no matches have been found in the table on the left or right. Okay, so that is the difference between left right join and also left right outer join. Okay, right, creating joins with the using clause. If several columns have the same names but the data types doesn't match, the natural join clause can be modified using the with the using clause to specify the columns. Remember just now, the rule for the natural join, whenever the data type is not matched, then they return error. But we can modify it using the using clause. Okay, to specify the columns that should be used for an equi-join. So we use the using clause to match only one column when more than one column matches. Okay, we do not use a table name or alias in the reference columns. Okay, so the natural join and using clauses are mutually exclusive. Okay, so this is the we select employee ID. Yang ini tadi ya, yang tak gunakan pointer. So dia beri nama penuh, nama table penuh. We do not use an E or D, okay? So we use the full name of the table. Also can, but you can see that the SQL becomes lengthy lah. Instead of using E and D as a pointer, they use the full name of the table. Okay. Select employee ID from employees, also the last name, and then location ID from departments. Okay, from employees joins department using department ID. Okay. So it returns like this, the output. Okay, select employee ID, employee's last name, and location ID. Department ID ni adalah departments daripada table departments. Okay. Right, next is using table aliases with the using clause. We use the table alias to simplify the query. Okay, use the table aliases to improve the performance. Dia panggil ni table aliases, tapi nak mudah ini sebenarnya adalah pointer lah. Ini sama yang E dengan D yang awak guna tadi tu lah. Dia panggil table aliases. Tapi sebenarnya nak ingat mudah ni pointer lah, E dengan D. Ganti. Okay, creating joins with the on clause. Tadi kita nampak kan, yang first time tadi kita guna where, kemudian yang kedua kita guna on. So the join condition for the natural join is basically on equi-join of all columns with the same name. So use the on clause to specify arbitrary condition or specify columns to join. So the join condition is separated from other search condition and it makes the code easy to understand. Okay, so it looks like it's ganti bagi where. Okay, tujuannya adalah to appoint the matching from one key from one table to another table. Okay, but the key must be the same. Okay. So in this example, the department ID columns in the employees and departments table are joined using the on clause. So wherever a department ID in the employees table equals on a department ID in the departments, so the row is written. Okay, so this is a function of on. It's similar like where. But on is special for use in the joins. Okay, the joins function. Okay, the join function. Okay, so as a summary, today you know about the joins. Okay, it allows us to combine data from more than one table into a single result set. Okay, it has a better performance as compared to the subqueries if we are using the single table at one time. Okay, inner joins only return rows that meet the given criteria. Okay, outer joins can also return rows where no matches. Specialized sebab this you can understood from this one. Remember, inner is a intersection, so of course it only returns the rows that meet the given criteria. But the outer join, remember, outer join dia akan ambil bahagian yang ini, okay, yang match, okay, yang condition match intersect, then also dia akan ambil bahagian yang tidak. Betul? Jadi sebab tu outer join can also return rows where no matches has been formed. The unmatched rows are written with the null keyword. Null keyword. Okay. Then the major join types include the inner, left, right, outer cross join. Then the frequently used clause in join operation is on. Okay, on, and also using, okay, it requires that matching columns be of the same name. Okay, joins also can be used with the other clauses. Okay, with the others. No, you can combine it where it necessary. Okay, so this is a join. Join is very much important when yeah, because the table is separated, okay, due to the normalization. Okay, sometimes, not sometimes, every time, usually we need to combine more than one table, okay, to obtain the result, some result. We cannot access, we cannot get every data from single table usually. Okay, for example, student, okay, we cannot get the lecturer information from single student table. Okay, who is teaching this student, who is the PAK of this student. So then we traverse from the first table, that is student, then we need to connect with the other table. Okay, that's why the join function is very much important for the data retrieval like this. Okay, so this is the function of the joins. Okay, any question? Are you still with me? Okay, so if not, maybe you can try the assignment, and not try. Okay, you complete the assignment, and then of this topic, join. So this is the last assignment to be submitted, and then next week we will learn about the web page, and database connection. Okay, so you can use either Dreamweaver or other editor, okay, to use. But during the class, I will use the VSC code. Okay, VSC code. Okay. Any question? If not, I should end the session.